It is the worldwide successful novel written by none other than Stephen King, which got his first television series movie in 1990 that already had millions of viewers afraid to cross the sewers on the streets. In 2017, that fear returned, but this time in theaters for a whole new generation of fans and film goers, becoming well received, being called the #1 movie in the world, which in other words, the most successful movie of that time in theaters. I really enjoyed the movie, but I honestly thought it was a tad overrated. It had all the same tropes and cliches of the other horror remakes, with quick cuts and non-stop jump scares, and of course the over-the-top and convincing CGI. The cast in this movie was great and much more experienced than the TV version. You already know the story. Evil entity takes form of fear, mainly a clown, that haunts and eats children. However, the Losers Club escapes until it comes back. With very little screen time for Bill Skarsgård, I couldn't get into his portrayal that he was selling. In It Chapter 2, he grew on me. You could say he really shapeshifted into the character and made it his own, which I really respected because he had huge clown shoes to fill. It's funny because I thought the first one was overrated and the second one I thought was underrated. I understand the problems people had with the CGI kids, and I myself didn't like that either. But the rest had really impressive cinematography, and of course the adult cast that really bought my ticket. With the climax that felt really satisfying, which somehow most thought it was underwhelming. I don't quite get that. Sure, it could have been a lot darker with less comedic moments, but it had really less praise and acknowledgement for the really good moments, which I thought was an improvement from the first. I realize there's also another heavy use of CGI, but that's a major flaw in any big budget horror film today, which the films are directed by Andrew Muschietti, who also worked on Mama, so it's no surprise he would use CGI as a crutch here. I still think that It Chapter 2 should have been divided into 2 movies, since the majority of the second one given more screen time to the kids and less to the adult selves. That being said, It Chapter 1 and 2 are well-made adaptations, despite the flaws I mentioned, which very rarely a movie is perfect. The stories are dark and surprisingly funny and tender. Friendships built within the Losers Club is a winning result that make them both float. The biggest appeal to It is that we all feared something in our childhood, and every now and then we catch a glimpse of our past.